Hey guys, I just want to try something. There are so many things on my mind that I want to share with my audience, and I think, like, on my smaller personal channel, I could just click record and see what you guys think. So I'm going to try this, and no editing. I'll just upload these once in a while and have a conversation with you guys this way. Let me know if you like this format. And uh, for this video, I just want to talk about the methods that we use to do what we're doing. I think there are some simple things that people just don't get when it comes to activism. I think a lot of people take things way too personally, and they can't, even the people on our side and on all sides, they can't seem to separate people from their ideas. And I know a lot of people say, well, that's impossible, but it's not impossible. I've done it many times with many people and managed to get people to separate their identity from their beliefs, and that way be a lot more open to being critique, but also not just criticism, but also being having their ideas ridiculed. I have done that effectively, but the thing is that we can't the problem with the first step has to be for ourselves to calm down and being letting other people attack our views and our ideas. And even if they do get personal, I think what we need to lower our guards a little bit to encourage the other side to lower their guards as well. I had I go on a lot of very right wing panels, and I always get criticized for it, right? But every time I go there, I'm trying to also suggest to their audience that, I mean, that because even if they're not, the panel or the channel is not bigot, they do attract a lot of bigots and xenophobes. And I go on those channels, and I do try to suggest this to their audience that they're I'm anti-Islam, I'm anti-religion, but it is possible to be very, very pro-Muslim while at the same time be very, very anti-Islam. I'm not gonna go over why, because I've how and why that is actually the most effective way of being anti-Islam. Just like the most effective way of being anti-atheism is to be pro-atheists, right? If you want to encourage people to consider your views and attack atheism, which is the best way is to reach out to them as friends. In fact, if that's your method of attacking atheism, we would love for you to attack atheism, because in the way you're going to do it is to reach out to us and talk, and we want to talk. We want to talk. It's interesting because actually the last time I went, I was on a right wing panel. They actually never published it. I think they didn't. They were expecting me to come out and say, because I was with on a panel with Laura Loomer, and I think that I was just I don't know why. This was in April, and I keep emailing them, when are you gonna release this, and they keep telling me later, and it's been 4 months now, I think, right? And they never released it. I think I didn't say the things that they were expecting me to say as an anti-Islam activist, ex-Muslim activist. I came off as very pro-Muslim. I pushed back against. I mean, I did it in a very friendly way, and I think that it felt like a very friendly conversation, and it felt like they appreciated. But I pushed back a lot against a lot of the things that they said. A lot of the things that they said to me seemed like was very off, and it's fine if I think that. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe they're right, but I just thought like the way that their understanding of Islam and Muslims were completely off. And I defended the Muslim community. Even though I was against Islam, I kind of suggested that most Muslims are good people. they kept on they were going as far as suggesting that if you're just if you're a Muslim, you're a ticking time bomb. Like, you can't be trusted. You're just a potential terrorist, which is like, yeah, no. But I said that's really not the way. I mean, they think. I don't want to go into too much detail about the things that they said, but I pushed back against it. I even when it came to Western values, they wanted to be like, oh, Islam versus Western values. I kind of suggested, like, actually right now in the West, the main thing that uh, threatens Western values is Christianity. Actually, I don't call them Western values. I call them Enlightenment values, because Western values includes Nazism and communism, and I don't support those Western values. I support Enlightenment values. And another reason why I call it Enlightenment values instead of Western values is because it's easier to sell these superior values to in other places if you don't say Western values, because they don't belong to the West, they belong to the world, right? Like Japan and South Korea and other countries, and Hong Kong. Look at Hong Kong right now. These are also countries that um, that have the enlightenment, democracy, free speech, due process. These things has affected them, and you can see that they're better than the countries that don't have them. South Korea is better than North Korea, right? Hong Kong is better than China. Japan is an advanced country because of the influence of Enlightenment values in this country. It's not because of tradition. It's not because of genetics. It's not because of race. It's because of the values, right? And these are superior values. It's not Western values. It's not. I mean, it came out of the West, right? Like, I mean, it didn't come out of the West. Other people said that but it was very much popularized and became a lot more nuanced in in the 1700s in United Kingdom and France. So we can acknowledge that it was Western countries, but it belongs to the world now, right? And needs to be advertised to the world. So, and I basically on the panel, because I just said it. Look, it's not Islam versus these superior values. Is right now, especially in a lot of these Western countries, it's mostly Christianity that is threatening. If I remember correctly, this is what I said. Is threatening these enlightenment values, right? I mean, I'm not giving any. I'm not trying to say Islam doesn't threaten enlightenment values. Islam threatens enlightenment values more than Christianity does, but it does it where Islam dominates, right? In countries where Christianity dominates, Christianity is a threat to enlightenment values. In countries where Judaism dominates, like Israel, Judaism is a threat to enlightenment values, right? Right now in Israel, secularism is under threat in Israel because of Judaism, right? Secularism, which is an enlightenment value, which is atheists and secular activists in Israel are fighting a battle against the creeping Judaism in their government, right? And we need to support them, right? In India, it's not Islam or Christianity that threatens enlightenment values. India, secularism is under attack in India because of Hinduism, because of Hindu nationalism, not because of Islam and Christianity, right? So yeah, so I mean, they didn't like it because they see the source of everything good about the West as Judeo-Christian values, and I think, like, no, right? So, but I mean, I've discussed this. We had guests, Andrew Seidel, as experts and people that know this more than I do. We had them go check. I'm not going to get into details on that here. Go check that episode on secular justice. By the way, it's a really good episode, and go buy his book. Yeah, but yeah, and but I just want to say, like, by the way, this is just I don't have anything prepared. I'm just going randomly talking organically about things that are on my mind. Let me know if you like this approach. You just take out the phone and just talk to you, and then check out the comments and see what feedback you guys have. Sometimes it's just going to be about activism related to stuff, but sometimes it's going to be about just personal stuff, lifestyle stuff, travel stuff. I'm just going to record it, just put a title, just click upload without thinking much about it. Let me know if this is a good thing to do with my personal channel rather than Atheist Republic, Secular Jihadists, and Ideas Unboxed, which are more. So Atheist Republic is mostly about, main goal of Atheist Republic is to normalize atheism and defend atheists. and create a community for atheists. Secular jihadists is mostly for spreading enlightenment values, especially where they are lacking the most, which is Islamic countries. That's secular jihadists. And Ideas Unboxed is just another channel which has need to work on more. Is just to be able to get support to cover travel expenses for me to be able to go to different countries and investigate things and talk to people and create more content for our audience. That's more of an educational channel than activism. But yeah, but this personal channel, Armin Navabi channel, it's mostly just to make personal connections with people and just talk with make friends and talk about life, talk about these random things that are on my mind, and see what you guys think and let me know what you think about this format. Anyways, that was long enough.